Okay. What's up, y'all?
Woo!
It's been a hot... That's my cat. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you guys. I know, y'all have missed me. All 20 of you who are fucking subscribed, and all 6 of you have seen any of my previous shit or whatever. Been a lot of changes coming up in my life. That's why I haven't been here. I've recently started living by myself. I'm doing some renovations on the house, which is why I'm in my bedroom right now with this janky ass setup with that net right there, and you can see my clothes hanging back there, but whatever. It's a process. I'm gonna get a nerd studio set up one of these days with all my shit displayed, and I'm gonna make some proper videos for you guys, because anyways, like I said, it's been a hot minute and I've been doing a lot of stuff, but I've been really wanting to come back and start making some videos to show off some shit that I made. We're gonna take a look at a custom that I made like a year or 2 ago. I can't even remember. It's been that fucking long, but it's something that I really like, something that I'm pretty proud of. I think it turned out good. Hopefully you guys think the same. Disclaimer though. So I live in Oregon, and if you live in Oregon or have ever been there, you may know that our seasons are kind of fucking bipolar, and when it gets hot, it gets, I don't want to say hot for anyone else who knows what Death Valley or California is like, but for Oregon, it can get pretty hot. I'm talking like in the triple digits up to like 109, sometimes 112. I say that because a lot of my all of them in fact, have been in storage in my garage for a good amount of time. And for those of you who have this hobby and do what I do, you know that if your stuff isn't stored properly in like a climate controlled setting, if it gets too hot, a lot of bad shit can happen. And unfortunately that's what happened with a lot of my stuff. The one I'm about to show you right now is not the worst when it comes to something like that. There are some imperfections, but just bear with me. It didn't used to look this shitty. I still think it looks pretty good, but it used to look a lot better. So we're going to be talking about one that I made a hot minute ago. It's a Marvel character, Marvel Legends body on the Sunfire buck. And it's this guy here. This is Blood Spider. See if I can get it to focus. Okay, I can't get it to focus right now. Front facing camera and all that shit, but we'll take a better look at him right after this. I'm gonna give you a brief history about the dude. So my man Blood Spider, Michael Bingham, in case you were wondering what his real name was, is actually, y'all might hear my cat in the background. My cat's about to have some kittens right now, so if you hear screaming and wailing, I apologize for that. My bad. So Blood Spider, aka Michael Bingham, is one of 3 people trained by the Taskmaster. This dude here, if y'all saw the Black Widow movie, not the same character per se, but same idea. Photographic memory, good trainer, teaches people how to be like superheroes. So he trained Blood Spider to be like Spider-Man, this guy Jagged Bow to be like Hawkeye, and Death Shield to be Captain America. That's really the most important part of this character. I mean, he showed up a handful of times and he's got his ass whooped literally every single time. And he's not super popular. You're not going to see him in like the next Spider-Verse. I mean, he might. I don't know. You probably won't though. But anyways, he's just a freaking dude as far as I can tell. He's got superhuman reflex, or whatever. Superhero dude, trained by Taskmaster, evil, but is a fucking jobber. Let's take a look at this guy. Excuse the B-roll 1 sec. Fuck. I got a janky ass stand. Shit! I got a janky stand, and I'm working out the bugs. Excuse me. Alright. Fuck! Alright. Loud noise, so you know where to fucking start recording, Chance. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we got my man here on the turntable now. How's that looking? I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. So, as you can see, figure is mostly blue. I did that shit with an airbrush. It's kind of hard to tell just by looking at where he's at right now, but I do have some shading on him. Like his muscles are in the recesses are all a little bit darker. I did some pre-shading there. The head is a resin cast of the Scarlet Spider, that one from the Rhino Build-A-Figure. The hands, I don't even know where the fuck the hands come from, but they got sculpt on the top of them that is connecting the wires to his backpack. And his backpack looks a little weird. I made it that way for a couple reasons. One, because I wanted to keep his butterfly articulation like functional, and that thing on the top, that weird like baguette looking thing, I didn't really know how to do that and make it look good, so I just kind of wung it. But that's all made out of epoxy sculpt that I glued to him. Made some random carvings that I tried to mimic the comics as best I can. You can see I got some black wash in there too. And then just used some metallic silver that I think I got at Walmart, so I didn't have to use my expensive shit. Sorry, I got my camera and my light right in my face. So he's on the, I think it's the Deadpool, Deadpool X-Men body from the Sauron wave. So basically, he's the Sunfire Buck. You know, he's got these nice butterfly joints. They still function. The wires, they kind of get in the way of articulation a little bit. I remember when I made it, I tried to do it in such a way that I could unplug these wires and make a couple sets of hands, but I don't remember if I did that. But I tried joint prepping as best as I could. I think you can't tell too much. I mean, right there's some yellow peeping out. You might have noticed on his hands, looks like he's got, it looks like mold. It ain't mold though. It's like from a paper towel that I use to try to protect him. But yeah, so the sealer that I used on this is just a Krylon mat, but in the heat, you know, it gets soft and it'll stick to shit. So that's from a paper towel. This was probably touching on something else. There's even a red spot right there. It was probably up against something and then melted. And, oh, okay. I'm trying to get him back up here in like a cooler pose. Maybe a more stable pose too. That's not stable. Hold up. Let's see if we can get him to stay up like that. Yeah. So the imperfections on him right now are probably, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fucking fall. Jesus. That'll probably fall again, but whatever. We'll talk for a little bit. So the imperfections right now, I'm gonna blame totally on the bad way that I stored him. Ooh, he almost fell. Caught himself though. The bad way that I stored him and all my other customs that led to like the sealer melting off and some paint chipping, which sucks, but it still looks pretty good. I mean, he's got kind of a weird but cool design. It kind of looks like Spidey 2099, right? Like blue and red and all that shit. The backpack's weird. The wires are just like some like electrical wire or something. I can't remember, but I did my best to paint that blue. In fact, that was the first time I think I used an airbrush, and it came on so clean. And I can't wait. What am I doing? And I can't wait to get my airbrush back out when I start doing customs, because the finish on this thing is a lot better than what I could typically do by hand. I don't know how well you can tell. Yeah, you can tell pretty well, but like the top of his head is the only part of his body that has that web design, that cobweb design that Spidey has. Take a better look at the backpack here. It's pretty shoddy, but it was sculpted by hand, and I mean, I'm still not a good sculptor right now, but especially back then I wasn't the best. Hey, what's up, Mike? Punk ass? What's that Spidey fucking stand next to him? How you guys doing? So, obviously we got the Renew Your Vows Spidey right here. His paint's rubbing off because this is the dude that I like mess around with more often. And then Michael back there, Blood Spider. He's like, I wouldn't even call him a clone. He's like a knockoff of a knockoff, you know what I mean? But I like him. I thought he was cool. That's why I made him. He's had like a couple different designs too, and like, I don't know, I've been kind of mulling over making those other designs too, but it would be kind of redundant. But who the fuck knows? Like I said, once I get my nerd room set up at my workshop, anything can happen. Oh, this is a bad idea. No, it ain't. Boom. We'll take a sec to admire the contrast between these two. So I went over the articulation a little bit, and I feel like if you're watching this video, you're well aware of how these things articulate and how they're supposed to. You got the double joints here, the fucking ankle thing, that, the ab crunch, crunchy crunch. I was really hoping that these butterfly joints would still work, and they do. Obviously, you can't go a full 360 with at the shoulders, but whatever. Elbows still bend, the wrists, they'll move. It does, the wires do mess with articulation a little bit, and because of the sculpt I put right here on both hands, he can't like fully flex his forearm and get his hands up, but you know, that's fine with me. I was gonna have some other hands, but I guess I just didn't get around to making them. So, oh shit, no, there's some more paint rub right there. God damn it! You can kind of tell I like cut up the upper part of the thighs. In fact, that's probably what did it. But bitch. All right, I hope you like looking at that. It's fun to show this shit off. You know what I mean? And again, I'm pretty proud of how he turned out. I think he's pretty accurate to the comics, and I think he looks cool. I mean, he articulates. You could definitely play with him if you wanted to. I don't think he's joint prepped quite enough for that, because this was still pretty early in my my customizing career, if you want to be pretentious about that shit. But anyways, yeah. Thanks for checking out this video. If you stuck around this long, sorry it was kind of cringe. I didn't script a single second of this. I've just been ad-libbing the entire shit, so whatever. As far as next time, we'll probably still be in this piece of shit room. Fuck, dude, it's hot in here. Goddamn. We'll probably still be in this room for the time being. Like I said, I had to really redo a lot of rooms in this house. My basement has some moldy ass carpet and drywall, so all that got torn out. Now I just got to save up to get what I need to replace that. Upstairs is where I plan to have. The fuck was that? Upstairs is where I plan to have the my nerd room, if you will, with all my custom figures and display stuff. Also probably where I'll do a lot of my work, where once that's all fixed and set up, that's probably where I'll start recording stuff. I got some ideas for, you know, second cameras, second monitors, microphones, lighting, all that shit. It's gonna be great. And someday I'll get like 100 more subscribers. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking shit out. I love you. How do I look, by the way? I've lost like 40 pounds since we last saw each other. Is it noticeable? If I do the pec pop, can y'all see that? You probably can't see it, but anyways, love you guys.